All right, so that brings us to our final sort of summary kind of discussion of this chapter where we've talked about combustion as a combustion of fuels for a source of energy. And we had said that traditionally and sort of the mainstream forms of fuel are these fossil fuels, and we had said the real downside to them is that they are, of course, increasing the carbon that is cycling in our atmosphere and between our atmosphere and life. And so the question that comes up, we've said, oh wow, look, ethanol, it's not adding new carbon. Now the problem that you have is that you are in some cases deforesting in order to produce that ethanol. And then we had said, and we had this other thing, this vegetable oil based biofuel. And all you do is just and quite honestly, if we talk about my friends that I mentioned in the previous video who were going to restaurants and getting their waste fryer fuel and making fuel out of that. That is absolutely sustainable. But when we talk about biofuel from the perspective of, switching, go from gasoline to vegetable oil, basically, modified vegetable oil, the question is this sustainable? And so they start talking kind of pie in the sky kind of stuff, quite honestly. I hate to say it, but they were saying, businesses today, it's all about the bottom line, but in the new approach, I don't know what business follows this, but in the new approach to business, there is the triple bottom line concept. And what that means is not only are you making money, you are keeping the ecosystem clean, having a healthy ecosystem, and a healthy community. Now, this is in utopia, right? I mean, I hope that these are some of the thoughts that are going into the minds of managers. Unfortunately, maybe I'm a little bit cynical about this. I don't really see it. But anyway, this should be where we are headed. And the question is, are these biofuels truly sustainable? And so when we look at these, so you say, well, do they really reduce greenhouse gases? Now, and you'd say, well, yeah, you might. You might say, well, yeah, but if you know a little bit about farming practices, modern farming practices, unfortunately, it uses a lot of oil. So that kind of puts us right back there. So the question of whether does it lower greenhouse gases by taking away forest and then using modern tractors and irrigation to produce it, it's debated. And then we had said, so the concerns over biodiesel, this biofuel, is that does it really lower greenhouse gases? Is it going to increase deforestation? If it isn't going to increase deforestation, is it going to take food out of people's mouths? We had said, the triple bottom line concept is to have a healthy ecosystem and a healthy community. If people are hungry, not a healthy community. And then there's the issue of infringing on tribal rights and indigenous peoples. And quite honestly, it's under debate. It's still under debate. You do find that there is a reduction in CO2 of about 10 to 15% if the biodiesel is made out of corn, 40 to 45% if it's made out of soybeans. So that's a more sustainable approach to making the biofuel. But the answer, it's still vague. It's still vague because do we have other sort of underlying hidden aspects of the process where we're we're burning fossil fuels in order to make this more sustainable fuel. So the jury's still out, but at least we're moving in the right direction. All right, I think this is the last video for chapter 5. So I'm going to get all of this stuff uploaded and into our PowerPoint and posted and put together a little quiz. All right, see you. We'll talk about this on Wednesday morning, okay?